şimdi bronz sponsorumuza geçelim, Meta. Bir filmimizi izleyelim, ondan sonra biraz detaylandıracağız. Gizlilik Temelli İnovasyon, Yapay Zekada Büyümenin ana kaldırıcı gizlilik olsaydı diyeceğiz. Ve tabii hani gizlilik temelli inovasyondan bahsederken biraz veri gizliliği, kişisel gizlilik ve bu tarz konuların yine yapay zekanın bu kadar hayatımızda odak noktası olmasıyla daha göz önünde olduğunu görüyoruz. Ve hemen Meta Orta Doğu, Kuzey Afrika ve Türkiye Gizlilik ve Veri Politikaları Başkanı Sayın Emna Krishen'e davet edelim. Bugün yabancı konuşmacılarımız ağırlıkta. Hoş geldiniz.
Hello.
Welcome to our stage. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Emna, Head of Privacy Policy for the Middle East, North Africa, and Turkey at Meta, based in Dubai. Extremely grateful for being here. I want to start with a short story. True and short story, actually, and maybe at some point we can make a parallel, interesting parallel. In the 1950s, the automobile industry was booming, but it had a deadly secret. Cars were getting faster, yes. Highways were expanding. Sales were growing, but the fatality rate was staggering. In 1955, over 38,000 people died on American roads that year alone. And the industry's response? Silence. Car makers believed that talking about safety was bad marketing, reminding people that cars could kill would scare them into taking the bus. Safety was seen as the enemy of growth. Seatbelts existed, but most of the cars didn't even have them. Then, a Swedish engineer named Nils Bohlin invented what we call the three-point seatbelt. Simple, elegant. One strap over the chest, one over the hips, and a click. And guess what? The manufacturer opened the patent to every car manufacturer on Earth for free. The logic behind it? If only some drivers are safe, the roads are still dangerous for everyone. What happened next proved the industry's fear completely wrong. The fatality rate dropped by 80%. Car usage exploded. Millions of lives have been saved. Now you can probably see where I'm going with this. Replace car with AI. Replace seatbelt with privacy. But history already told us the answer. The seatbelt didn't shrink the auto industry. It built the highway. Privacy won't shrink AI. It will build the trust that makes AI's full potential possible. The question isn't whether we can afford to invest in privacy. The question is whether we can afford not to. But here's the thing, and I'll come back to this later. The seatbelt worked because it was the right safety measure. Not too much, not too little. It didn't prevent people from using the road or driving. It didn't impose a speed limitation at 20 kilometers per hour, for example. It was proportionate, and that made all the difference. A few numbers to set the scene. $2.3 billion is what the world will spend on AI this year. Only 46% is the share of people globally who are willing to trust AI. 93% is the share of organizations investing more in privacy because of AI. Companies are doing it because they've understood privacy is how you unlock the remaining 54%. The math is simple. Trust is a bottleneck, privacy is the fix. So what does privacy as a growth engine could look like in practice? Let me share with you a few examples that we've learned at Meta as one company's experience building AI at scale while working on getting privacy right. One of the first things we did, and this changed everything actually, was to stop treating privacy as one step in the process. We made it the process. We embedded it into the infrastructure itself. At Meta, this is called privacy-aware infrastructure. Concretely, it embeds privacy rules directly into code, helping ensure privacy requirements are automatically respected. It classifies data, traces how it flows between different systems, and enforces purpose limitation. The result? Engineers don't have to stop and ask. The infrastructure already knows what is allowed. Second, before any product is launched, and before any product Meta launches actually in general, it goes through what we call risk review. This is a structured evaluation of what data the product will use, collect, and what are the risks that exist. We do this roughly 1,800 times a month. How? It's a combination of 3 different things that work together. Standardized decision frameworks, automation that learns from history, and AI-powered tools, of course. Risk review evaluates the product itself before launch. Privacy-aware infrastructure protects data while the product is running. One runs after you ship, the other decides if you ship. Both work together. Third, we also invested in what the industry calls PETs, or privacy-enhancing technologies. These are technologies based on advanced cryptographic and statistical techniques that help minimize the data we collect, process, and use. Think of a doctor wearing gloves. I like this image. The gloves don't stop them from helping others. They let them do their job without touching what needs to be protected. Pets are AI's gloves. An example, differential privacy. When we train an AI model using data from millions of people, we add noise to the data, similar to blur to a picture or photo. You can still see the big picture, you can still see the patterns, you can still see the trends, but you cannot identify individuals. These technologies deliver the personalized experience people want, while ensuring individual data remains protected by design. Personalization powered by privacy, not in spite of it. Fourth, remember the seatbelt story. Roads where only some drivers are safe are dangerous for everyone. We've tried to apply the same principle to AI. We open-sourced some of our safety tools, Llama Guard, CyberSec Eval, and Purple Llama. We also co-founded the AI Alliance with over 50 organizations to accelerate responsible AI development across the industry. Shared safety, shared growth. Fifth, technology alone doesn't build trust. People do. Meta employs over 3,000 privacy professionals, engineers, lawyers, policy experts, whose full-time job is to make this work. We have a regulatory readiness team whose purpose is not to react when the laws are already there, but to anticipate them. We run red teaming exercises with internal and external experts, where the goal is to break our own AI products to find the failure, models we didn't think of, and fix them before launch. This represents more than $8 billion since 2019. That's not a compliance budget, that's a strategic bet in the infrastructure that makes AI trustworthy enough to serve billions of people. I heard these words already from the other speakers: innovation-friendly regulation, risk-based regulation in relation to the EU AI Act and other regulations as well. Imagine if the seatbelt inventor had said, let's limit speed at 20 kilometers per hour. Would that be safer? Yes, of course, technically. Would anyone accept it? No, because the cure would be worse than the problem itself. This is the trap we must avoid in AI and AI governance as well. Privacy is not a pop-up people click without reading. Real privacy is also engineered into the system, not layered on top as a formality. It means calibrating protection to actual risk. And it means remembering that privacy was never meant to stand alone. Privacy is a right. Economic opportunity and innovation is also a right. The smartest frameworks build the table where all rights can sit together. That's the kind of governance the AI era demands, not the strictest, the wisest. Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for coming. And thank you for this very nice keynote speech. Efendim, Yapay Yönetim Kurulu üyesi Sayın Elif Selin Altay Yılmaz'ı davet etmek istiyorum. Plaket seremonisi için. She's going to present you a plaque. Please join me in front of the stage. Just right here. There's a mark here for the picture. Can you please join me in this mark? Yes, thank you very much. Evet, büyük alkışlar. Çok teşekkür ediyoruz size de.